single target crowd control attempts there, as the Alice gets banned by Ronin. Again, after playing against that, they don't want to pick that up anymore. So Execration first pick will really determine the flow of the game. There we go. Benny D, Benedetta is the pick for Execration.
And Barat's going on to the side of Ronin Esports this time around. So we got the B&B combo, just a la carte, separate sides, no problem. So
You're getting me hungry, man.
I know. I'm hungry for more action, and we're going to get satiated by game number 3, as Barat's is a unique hero, wherein if anybody dives in from the side of Execration, they'll get gobbled up by Daytona's Welcome, and then spit out.
Yeah. I really hope that Execration saw that coming to the Barra, so just get instantly picked out. Yo, okay, I really wanted to say this earlier because of the first 2 bans that the Natalia and Selena getting banned out here. This will just really open up a strong frontline heavy lineup for Ronin Esports. So that's why they wanted to prioritize that, because they know whoever has the stronger frontline tandem in this matchup will win. Akai and the Barretts instantly, that's like a -2, -3 already with the ultimates that they have. Detona's Welcome -1. Akai is going to be able to take out potentially 1 or 2, maybe even more, if he can get a pin down on the Hurricane Dance. Strong first 2 picks here by Ronin.
And I'm still going to say Ronin Esports might just go for the Farsa pickup here, because
exactly. Farsa Cho.
Yeah, there you go. If Ronin Esports manages to pick up the Farsa on their side, the Hurricane Dance into the Feathered Airstrike is painful on its own. And having Barretts there can easily gobble up the core that we are potentially seeing here. It might be a Benedetta core for now. More than likely, it's going to be a side lane, though.
Yeah, I still have this feeling that it's going to be a Benedetta and Cho roaming around if that is going to be a Cho tank. So they ban out the Ling here for Execration to potentially pick up. So even Ronin is thinking, okay, this Benedetta is either going to go side or either going to go as that roaming type support that Natalia would essentially fill in this type of draft. The respect coming in from Execration, though, we don't want to see Saber anymore.
Yeah.
So sad. Come on, Execration. You could have at least given them the Saber again so we could have casted a game with the Saber in. But Execration says, you know what? We don't care if you guys didn't see that in game number 2. We saw it. We felt it. We lost. We're banning that out.
Yeah, and Yu Jong as well, the winning factor for Execration, one of the winning factors during game number 1 is banned out. Now, Lapu really don't want Ronin Esports to go up against that. That may very well be the best ban here at this point. Good side laner, Lapu. No viable side laners yet from the side of Execration, but banning out the Lapu might just entail a Hilda being picked up.
Or actually, it could be a little bit more overkill here. They might even pick up the Veil once again. Yes, they're going to be up against the Cho this time around, who could pick that off. But you already have a really good frontline zone out here that either one of these two can hold the front line and then at the same time peel for the back line. So yeah, they decide to go for the Veil. Veil gets picked up here. That gives them the zone, and going to be so much harder for Cho and Benedetta to find the spots that they need to get to just to get to the back line here. Again, whoever has a stronger front line will win this game. It seems like Ronin has that stronger front line, and it was perfectly just accessorized or partnered with that Veil.
And much like what happened in game number 1, where Execration was able to just dive into the back lines without any problems, banning out that Alice, in hindsight now, is one of the best calls they can ever go for, as we see an X-Borg Lancelot picked up by Execration. Now the backline has a little bit of a problem there.
Now you have... Okay, this is now going to be very dependent, once again, still on the front line, but now it's going to be for Ronin to be able to peel their backline really, really well, because the lineup for Execration is... I'd like to call this the... All right, let's just go in. Line up. Because you have that X-Borg. Once that Last Insanity is charged up, you're going to want to follow that up by riding the momentum of that Last Insanity. Save your ultimates, save your abilities, your highest damage dealing ability. So after that Last Insanity pops, you have your stuns, you have your crowd controls, and your burst to punish Ronin Esports, who potentially use their escaping abilities just to get away from that Last Insanity.
And they're going to go for the Hayabusa once again.
Okay, so Hayabusa is going to be going on the side lane. Veil rocking down mid. Barretts or Isan Shin. they're going to be the... Oh, wait, okay, yeah. So it's going to be... Actually, no, yeah, there's a lot of flexibility for this lineup, but it looks like Pekka is going to be rocking that Isan Shin. So that is going to be an Isan Shin carry.
Yeah. And again, it's Isan Shin adding a lot of information game for the side of Ronin Esports. As soon as the Mountain Shocker starts coming in, you will know where each and every single one of the members of Execration will be. Considering the fact that Execration does have very good backline diving capabilities with the X-Borg's Last Insanity, or just with Lancelot's Thorn Rose, Barrett's there to protect them, and even the Mountain Shocker from Yisun Shin dropping down and giving information would be more than enough to keep Ronin alive, at least for the first 10 minutes or so. If we're going to see Execration drag out the game, it's a big problem. Ronin Esports will be able to keep up with the momentum that Execration would start entailing in the late game.
I'll be honest here, it's a very even draft, but I feel like the X factor here to look at would be that Veil, because that Veil blocks a lot of access for the members of Execration to just find their path into the backline, to find their targets. And Ronin Esports, all they need to do in the team fight scenario is to position themselves well enough that they're not too far or too close to the tanks, so that in case there's any trouble, a tank could peel, or Ronin can just use whatever abilities a tank has to just apply the pressure and deal the damage and win the team fight from there.
Look at this early invade by Execration, stealing away the purple, and Chakno trying to steal away this orange buff away from Ronin, or at least buy some time, as Chakno Sagitno will be responding immediately, almost falling down. Savi catching up, backing down, and yeah, this early invade for Execration, they really want to deprive Ronin any possibilities to spike up in the early game.
So we're seeing here a side lane Benedetta with Festival of Blood and Execute. So now Justin has to play his cards right here and be careful, because expect a lot of pressure to fall down here into the bottom lane for Ronin Esports, because Execration, like I said, knows that Justin is going to be the X factor here for Ronin. And if they can pressure him early, which is that they're doing now,
yeah,
they could be able to turn it around. That could be their key.
That could be their key. Justin manages to survive by the skin of his teeth. And yeah, it's way too early to tell, but the way that Ronin Esports has been playing this is that they control the jungle well. I'm not sure if there was a steal that happened on the side, on their purple side, as Silent and the rest of Ronin Esports stealing away the resources there. Over at the top side, bottom side, Chaknu and Mark will not be able to find a kill onto Justin.
Great positioning by Naomi, just doing what tanks do for the longest time, since time immemorial. Hey, stay in that shrub and make sure that I can see if anyone's going to come and gank me here. If Naomi wasn't there, most likely Justin would have gotten taken out there. But now Mark and Kelra, the debut duo of Execration, who had a great game number one, trying to find momentum here in the bottom lane.
Oh, Kelra immediately popping the ultimate. That's the Thorn Rose to secure the first blood onto the side of Execration. A big presence from Execration here over the bottom side. Pekka just teased a bit with the arrow and forcing the flicker out from Chakno, actually.
Electo final blow by Kelra to initiate that, but the final blow, of course, went to Mark with that Thorn Rose. Beautiful play there by the debuting duo of Execration, and so now the pressure is going to be into the bottom lane. Now, they've gotten to the point, weirdly enough, is that for Execration, they've gotten to the point where they can't pressure too much into the top seed because it's going to be hard to take down that Barrett. But we're seeing here into the bottom lane, Ronin trying to hold on as Execration continue to apply the pressure. It's a 4-man rotation versus 3. They're not going to be able to cut in the wave. Now, Execration spent way too much time there. They decide, okay, we're just going to try to go for that turtle. Instead, Ronin, let's see if they have the room to secure it, but they decide to clear the waves instead. Execration playing this real slowly. Ronin might still actually be able to steal this if Silent gets there, but nope. Execration secure the first turtle.
Kelra will go and deal the finishing blow. Not enough, though. Force the flicker out, and Ronin manages to survive there. So no conversion for Ronin there for a turret, just to trade out the turtle. Managed to stay out alive as top lane Sagitno, half HP in a dream, force the flicker out there and force it back off. Mark, though, joining in the fray. Mountain Shaker is going to get committed by Ronin. Savi, low on HP, slowly running away. We'll go for the Thorn Rose and will be taken out without any problems.
Now, people are probably thinking, why doesn't that Hayabusa help? Why was he just going for the farm? Okay, seriously, Hayabusa couldn't do anything in that situation. So, good thing that Silent just ran away there and left Savi to go down.
yeah, it's like, nope, I don't want anywhere near here as the Way of the Dragon. Into the feathered airstrike. Thorn Rose misses his mark, but Naomi immediately regretted his decision there. But yeah, if Silent decided to go back there, hey man, I'm going down with you. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what could have happened. But then again, he's like, yeah, bro, I'll see you on the next life.
Yeah, I'm the carry. You respawn anyway. We'll be fine here. Justin. Good read there, almost taking out Sagitnu, but Sagitnu was able to recall away. So now what we're going to be seeing here from Ronin Esports for the next few minutes is to just really apply the pressure here into mid or top lane, because that's where they have a little bit more of control. 1-for-1 trade, Ronin, they might want to look into contesting that turtle if they can. They won't be able to break down this bottom lane tower, but turtle still goes to Execration.
Yeah, they wanted to trade out the turtle for the turret. Sure, it's a valiant effort there for themselves, but they could have at least tried to go for a steal. That would have turned the tides here in the mid game at the very least. As the bottom lane waved the dragon onto Pekka. Pekka forced to flicker out. Chaknu still chasing him down. Naomi too late to assist. Already forced himself back. Kelra is joining in on the fray. We have Silent just farming out safely in the backline. It's not really paying attention. Well, not paying attention, but you know. I just want my items first, guys.
Yeah, and Ronin seems to be playing it right, and this is the style of ML that we were talking about earlier, where the other members of Ronin will really just try to create space in the map, try to win opportunities there, and if they can't, they'll be fine because their jungler has just been farming this whole time right now. And the beauty about the lineup of Ronin Esports is they have a good 4-man, even 3-man lineup to contest with Execration. They just need to be careful here, and if any of them get caught out in a bad spot, by the way, the dragon, they have to go back.
Yeah, Kelra got caught, forced to get out of there, use the second skill, made it out alive, and that's a complete disengage. Naomi is always finding the Benedetta with the 1,000-pounder, the blender and the 1,000-pounder, yeah. But not considering the fact that they haven't not forced out the ultimate, the second skill just yet, just to escape, as the Mountain Shocker will be committed just to deter this initial push by Execration of the bottom lane, but they're going to be backing off. Feather Strike forces Naomi back. Lots of damage.
Lots of damage indeed, as Sagitnu is still trying to hold on to this top lane that eventually goes down. Faraga armor surprisingly still up, just a sliver from going down. Xborg already has his immortality, so that's pretty much all the only item that Xborg needs. But look at that burst damage from the Veil! Telling the world this is why we pick Veil more often than not in the other regions. The burst onto Itomax. Goodbye, Captain.
All things considered, 7 minutes into the game, this has been relatively close. 2,000 gold lead by Execration, but doesn't amount to much as Chaknu gets singled out by 4 members of Ronin Esports. Kelra singling out Justin, not a lot of damage. Is now being focused on by the rest of Ronin Esports with Pekka and Naomi. Managed to take him down. It's a 0-for-2 trade, and this is Ronin getting back their mojo as the shadow kill is committed. Sagitnu manages to survive there, barely though.
Barely had to use the immortality, so in the second time around, if Ronin can spot out a fight with the Xborg in there, they have a sure target. That Xborg no longer has that item that brings him back to life. Now, Itomax is going to commit the Feathered Airstrike to clear the waves, and he might have, oh, that was way too close. Yeah. Again, if Justin caught that out, it would have been big for Ronin Esports. But yeah, again, we're seeing here the power of the Veil and a good rotation by Exe.
Questionable rotate if it is a really good rotate, because they're not going to be able to secure anything off of that. But I just have to highlight as this bit of a standoff, Mexican standoff happens in the river.
Naomi.
And the 1,000-pounder blender catches the Farsa. Forces the flicker out. Flicker in, says Naomi, and he takes down the Farsa. Now Naomi might just pay the price here with that Thorn Rose. Sagitnu comes in with the last insanity. Fire missiles, not going to be enough. Shadow kill enough to kill Sagitnu as the rest of Ronin Esports collapse onto Chaknu, gets the knock-up. Thorn Rose onto Pekka, immediately gets burst down. Force the flicker out of there. Chaknu on the chase though.
Speed is the name of the game here. Whoever gets to position themselves in crucial... Whoever gets to position themselves quicker in the key spots here as the Electro final blow gets committed just to get out, if I'm not mistaken. But Ronin don't commit into that fight. Whoever positions themselves first wins and gets a pick off here as Chaknu almost getting knocked up there. Good thing he was able to dodge that, but the Feathered Airstrike already committed. Justin down to 50. No one's going to full commit here just yet. They go for a soft reset.
And this is Execration. We're seeing the side of Execration that is a little bit careless. We saw that time and time again in the bottom lane. They tried to go for ganks, but then they got knocked off. Sagitnu, beautiful Jeet Kune Do by Chaknu, but the Hurricane Dance immediately committed to knock him down. Force the flicker out, not enough. He's going to get taken out. Feathered Airstrike onto Naomi to try to seal the Litho Wonder or to try to zone the rest of Ronin Esports. Not enough.
Naomi is showing up big here for Ronin Esports. The tank support playing sort of as like a tank carry right now for Ronin Esports. He's not getting the kills, but he's showing up in the and bringing the moments that lead to it.
Yeah, and this is converting into a mid lane take by Ronin Esports. Sagitnu and the rest of Execration are trying to defend this. Mark, overstaying his welcome, will not be able to secure that purple buff. Mount Shocker, once again, committed to see where the rest of everybody is. Chaknu, Blender connects, no follow-throughs with a 1,000-pounder.
Time and time again, at this point, a lot of eyes should be on Naomi right now and how he's just going around the map, as he might have gotten a pick off on Chaknu. No, Chaknu able to get away, but that bottom lane tower goes down. Ronin takes it.
And this might just be a replay of what happened in game number 2. This might just be exactly what happened during game number 2, where Ronin focused on objective. Maybe it was Execration being careless during game number 2, and we're seeing it repeat itself right now. Multiple engages in the bottom lane where they just audition as what we would say. Eto Max forced back. There goes the Wave the Dragon. Gets Naomi, but I don't think that's the target that he intended for. Chaknu low on HP. Here comes the last insanity. Sagitnu finds nobody in that fight.
And now Execration, it's a mix of being careless, but then at the same time, I feel like they just didn't expect Ronin to rotate so fast. Now we're seeing a much snappier Ronin. We didn't get to see her cast game number 2, but we did see game number 1, and what we saw in game number 1 was Ronin just a little bit slow on the beat. Right now, it seems like Ronin has found the rhythm that they needed to take this game.
Chaknu still trying to single out Naomi here. It's like, yeah, we're both tanks. We're gonna face up against each other as the Hurricane Dash and the knockup secures the kill onto Chaknu. The rest of Execration, though, Justin 1 HP in a dream gets taken out. Finally gets taken out. It's a 1-for-2 trade here for the side of Execration. Slowly regaining their momentum, but the Shadow Kill takes down the Farsa. Now it is a 3 versus 3 situation. Sagitnu, low on HP, blendered in, 1,000-pounder, gets stunned, give it to Silent. And he's back up. Here goes the last insanity. Here goes the final blow onto Silent, but the Shadow Kill just saves his life. Benedetta trades it out. It's now a 3-for-3 trade. Now down to a 2-for-2 as Thorn Rose manages to survive. Mark running away for his life. Quad Shadow. Kelra trying to be the sacrifice here for themselves. Will be going up against a 1v2, but Chaknu is going to be rejoining Flay. Not actually finally going for the Jeet Kune Do. Saves out.
Sabay-sabay to. Gonna be push on the bottom lane and as well with the top lane dito ng Ronin Esports. How's gonna be it defending? Kaya ba ng Feather Airstrike dito na Eto Max na i-hold dito ang siege sa mga galing from Ronin Esports?
Eto na bumibelo si Chaknu. They want to clear etong si Lord, pero tuloy-tuloy lang pagbasag. Mountain Shocker pop by the side of Ronin Esports, getting a lot of information. Nasaan ba nakapwesto etong the rest of the members ng Execration? Liliko sila dito sa bot, and now look at that Hayabusa. Apakabilis mag-clear. Pekka and the rest of the gang lumiko dito sa mid. Naku po, sa Gitno, last insanity na burn na dito. Disengaging na ba Ronin Esports o meron pa bang second round? Moving forward dito sa baba. Lumiko pa nga. There's a jump in flicker. Look at the Hurricane Dance. Speaking of Eto Max na kailangan magdepensa dito. Chaknu, Pulado, down to 1% na kanyang buhay. Makakaligtas pa. And kinain, nilunok, sabay dinura. Neto ni Savi, si Sagitnu. Medyo masakit, no? Makakaligtas pa ba? Si Savi, last insanity as well. The counter go for the Execration.
Ang gandang bawi nun. Yes, nadepensahan pa naman nila dito. Pero, wow. Look at how tanky doon si Savi. Kung meron lang siyang pang-alis doon sa may bakod, he could definitely live on another day para dito sa laban na to. And Execration still have a slight breather dito sa laban nila against Ronin Esports. Pero it's only a matter of time na lumabas muli ang susunod na Lord. And if that happens at nakuha na naman Prof B ng Ronin, it might be the end of the run dito na Execration sa Mpl Invitational.
I think malaking bagay nga ang susunod na Lord dito para makahinga. Pero look at that. There's a setup na naman. Walang bababa. May maiipit. Pero na-pick off dito si Kelra. Counter-initiate from the side of Execration. Doing a great job for the exchange. Wala na sila. Kulang sila na isang pan-setup. Is this the uptime for Execration na pwede sila mas maging agresibo? Bakit? Kasi wala yung pang-setup na mage. The wind blow coming from that veil.
Ang sakit din kasi talaga ng damage ng Veil. Nag-pure damage item siya. Meron siya Lightning Truncheon going to the Holy Crystal and Divine Glaive. Kumbaga hindi na siya nag-defensive like some other players would definitely go for a Winter Truncheon para hindi sila ma-burst down kagad ng mga assassin. Pero hindi niya kailangan yun eh. Ganun katiwala dito si Justin sa kanyang mga tank. And look at that, Chakno trying to have a Jit Kondo and a knock-up as well doon. Pero ang hirap na eh. It was actually Naomi, yung Akai dito ng Ronin Esports, giving the vision, giving a headache ngayon for the Execration squad. Hindi makapasok basta-basta doon sa backlane ng Ronin ang Execration. Even that was actually Chakno na sinusubukan niya na i-pick off yung mga backlanes dito.
Tama ka nga dyan, Rob. And look at that, 40 seconds para sa next Lord. Highly contested to dapat ang gawin dito ng Execration. They need that Lord very bad. Hindi para matapos yung laro para sa Execration. Kumbaga para makahinga sila sa ganitong sitwasyon and somehow makabay sometime, makabalik sa kanilang paglubog sa larong ito. And look at Ronin, very aggressive sa kanilang mga positions, ha?
Oo, saka yung dalawang barako dito ng Ronin Esports in the name of the Barretts, even with the Akai dito ni Naomi. Look at that, pasok sila dito sa gitna.
Every talon or every slide dito ni Chak, nung sinasalubong siya ng windblow, napapansin mo, nahihirapan siya eh. I-set up, instead na siya man si-set up, siya yung sineset up dito, pinapalipad lang siya dito. And if ever na magandang position ng pagkalipad dito, Naomi, follow up ng Hurricane Dance. Puro Hurricane pala to eh.
Oo. Sobrang talagang bagyo kung bagyo dito for Ronin Esports. Pero ito, this is gonna be a bait lord probably coming from Ronin Esports na fino-force nila na pumalag sa kanila ngayon ang Execration.
Eto na, speaking of palag, Chakno pulado agad habang tumatalon-talon pa dito from the backlines, Pekka and the rest of the gang, dalawang miyembro, pulado. Pwedeng umabante dito ang Execration sa ganitong sitwasyon pero pas pinili ng Exec to play it safe and pwede naman tayo magkaroon ng wave 2 or the round 2 sa kanilang clash moments.
Medyo mahirap tong decision na to ngayon mga kaibigan. This is a clear around 9,000 lead ngayon ng Ronin Esports. Sa gitno pa rito, wala siyang Firaga armor. Paano ngayon ang last insanity going into the Lord? Pero na-pick off doon si Justin.
Nakakuha nga si Justin pero the Lord, nakakuha naman ng Ronin Esports, Hurricane Dance. Naku po, Chakno, what a knock-up dito. Flicker out, the shimmy shake is real. Kelra as well. Sinayawan, kinain. At idudura din dito si Chakno sa pader. Still Savvy doing a great job. Nahuli nila malikot na si Chakno. And as well, Kelra pala ang napektusan nila dito. Hindi pala si Chakno. Pulado lang si Chak. And now sa gitno, etong mga new family nag-aatrasa na sa harap mismo ng isang Akai.
Oh my, kailangan nila mag-regen na ngayon dito, Prof B, because the Lord is already approaching onto the top lane. Walang tore doon sa itaas at mukhang sasabay-sabay dito ang mga minions coming from the mid and as well with the bot lane ng Ronin Esports. Yes, wala rito yung kanilang Veil, pero kung makikita mo yung mga HP dito ng mga base turrets ng Execration, it's just a matter of time. Siguro dalawa or isang normal nga lang ng isang YSS could be able to bring down itong mga tore. Sabay dito sa ibaba, this gonna be it. Mukhang malilinis ang mga tore dito ng Execration.
Pero positioning dito ni Sagito as well as the Etomax, they don't want this turret na maibitaw. They're trying to defend at all costs ang kanilang mga tore pero the setup na pinapakita dito ni Justin ay na nga may paghatak, silent going in. Wave the Dragon, ininabayangan dito si Ebusa to stop this one. Chakno, makakawala pa ba? Nasaan ang follow-up dito ng mga teammates ng Execration? Makakaligtas si Chakno for now. And hindi ata makakaligtas naman ng toreng kapalit dito ng side ng Execration. Pero na-pick off nila si Hayabusa. That's a very aggressive Hayabusa. Napansin ko, masyado siyang malalim doon.
Malalim. That was well played coming from Chakno. Ang laki ng oras na binay niya doon. The reason bakit na-pick off doon sa may loob, Silent was all by himself. 4v1 yung naging laban doon sa loob ng base. Pero ngayon, kailangang umabante ngayon dito ng Execration. Look at the Feather Airstrike. Pero look at Justin going in doon sa ating Farsa.
Hinaabangan dito ni Chakno. Nasa na ba si Justin? Hurricane Dance. The setup coming from Chakno. Siya na ulit napapaligiran. Eto na si Mark. And nanakap na naman. There's a jump. Naku po, the zigzag moment. The triangle offense last insanity. Galing sa damuhan. Pekka, pulado makakaligtas pa dito. Now sumiset up si Etomax. Sumegway pa. Hindi tumama ang kanyang pagpukol doon.
Ang laki ng ginagawa rito ng isang Veil.
Grabe.
Look at the knock-up. Look at that. Burst damage, burado na naman dito ang isang Farsa. And one thing din, Prof B, the reason bakit hindi makaabante dito ang buong Execration squad is ang bilis mawala ng kanyang minion wave. It's all because of this Veil.
ang bilis kasi ng cooldown ng Windblade tsaka ng Windload. That's the only thing na pang setup niya 'di ba? Again, may follow-up lagi si Naomi. Kung makakatalon or makaka-jump, pwede sundan ni Naomi dito, which is an auto-pick off, auto-delete. Etong hero na to, pagka naipit ng combo ni Naomi and the Veil or Justin.
Oo, ang kailangan na mangyari dito for the Execration squad is that their assassin could be able to penetrate the backlines here of the Ronin. Kasi ang ganda ng ginagawa dito ng mga tangke nila. Naomi been very consistent. Look at that, nabasag na yung base turret dito sa may bandang gitna. And ang tanong dito, will Ronin Esports be very disciplined on this match at hintayin pa ang susunod na Lord? Pero mukhang hindi na. Look at the veteran airstrike dito ni Etomax.
Yun na nga hinahabol naman ni Chakno dito. Si Justin sabi niya nandun sa likod. Masyadong malalim pero tinatalon dito ni Chakno. Ginamitan na rin nila ng feather airstrike na para maging pulado etong si Justin, pero nahuli na ba si Kelra? Natakpan pa ng camera habang kinain na nga ng dinosaur. Sabi dinura, nasa ng follow-up, there's the defense coming for Execration, the counter go, Naomi pulado pero mas tinalo niya ang likod. Grabe naman, humakbang yun. Look at that, Naomi pulado, mapapabang kanya immortality and follow-up with the last insanity. Sabi, buhay pa rin naman. Sabi-sabi lang naman daw.
Ang ganda rin ng time na pag-pick off doon ng Execration. That was the time na wala si Justin. And yes, and clearly na nakita natin that yung or rather si Silent, the Hayabusa, was being picked down. Pinuntahan na ng dalawang assassin dito ng Execration, and now will be, what's gonna be it? Will Execration be man enough na kunin na ngayon itong Lord, or hahantayin nila na Ronin ang mag-initiate at sila at susubukan nilang nakawin ito? This gonna be the third Lord, Prof. B.
Para sa akin, maganda sana kung nakaposisyon ng Exec kasi kung titignan mo, damo gaming si Justin lalabas na lang, then auto pick off 'di ba? So yun ang pinaka crucial dito is hindi mo alam kung saang damo nakatago ang isang Veil or Justin. Very ang gaganda nung position niya, nabibigla etong si Etomax. Kasi isang combo lang siya Paglapag niya, dead body na siya.
Ang ganda rin kasi ng communication dito ng tank nila together with Justin. Look at that. Look at the Akai. Siya yung nagbibigay dito ng vision. That's the reason bakit nakakakuha ng mga magagandang pick-off or rather ng mga dito si Justin into the veil. Pero to another pin na naman dito para sa side ng Execration. But Mark to be able to run away.
Pero yun na nga, Winter Transition, kumasa, Pyron, there's a flicker out, nakaligtas, Pop Immortality, Chaknu, makakaligtas, nakuha nila si Justin from the back lines, and kumakasa dito si Kelra, masyadong malalim, hindi ka ililigtas ng iyong an eye for an eye. Inaabangan na the rest of the gang sa Giknu, wala na siyang Firaga, and hindi ka masasagip, at masakit nga ang nangyari dito. Now, it's already down one hero for the side ng Exit, make it double nga ba? Etomax, hindi magandang position ito dahil ikaw ang inaasahan mag-defend ng base militar ng Execration.
Yes, and it's look like Ronin Esports, not only on the defending, is that this is a good opportunity for them to be able to take down the Lord uncontested. Wala dito si Sagit, who is gonna be potentially na makakuha with the last insanity. Pero ito na mga kaibigan, the third Lord will be taken dito. Pero sabi ni Chakno, susubukan ko to kunin with my tank Joe.
Ito na, nang-intimidate siya pero the knock-up is not enough para na makakuha ng steal dito. Chaknu, I think mapapanish siya dito. May patamsa pa nga. And there you go, Chaknu will fall.
Oh my, this is it. Probably for Execration squad, 3 miyembro dito sa kanila ang nawala. And it's gonna be Mark, it's gonna be Kelra, the 2 new prodigies dito ng Execration to be able to step up here on game number 3. Kaya ba nila to depensahan, Prof. B?
Let's see kung paano gagawin ng diskarte ng Execration sa ganitong sitwasyon. Ang kailangan lang dito is magandang position dito ni Etomax. Eto na, this might be the final push. The reverse sweep ba ang gagawin dito ng Ronin Esports? They're trying to hold Sagitno, doing a great job for the last insanity to clear etong si Lord. Moving forward, meron silang minions. Nangunguna si Savi dito sa gulo. They want to focus on the minions para lang ma-delay dito. Pero tuloy-tuloy, and Ronin Esports will win the series against Execration.
Wow, that was it for our first series here on Mpl Invitational. Breathtaking indeed. What a comeback sweep coming from Ronin Esports from the snowball ng Execration on game number 1.